Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about publications. Publications is a really powerful feature that was introduced in Liferay 7.3 that can track and publish the changes you make across all of your Liferay sites, allowing you and your team to safely make changes throughout your Liferay instance and determine which changes are seen in your live production environment. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, we'll first need to cover in more detail what is publications, how does it work, and why you might want to use it. But let's go ahead and get started, and as always, thank you for watching. So starting off, what is publications? Well, publications refers to one of two things. The first is the feature or the tool itself, while the second is what the tool creates. Publications, the tool, creates a publication, and as you develop or make changes to your sites and its content, publications, the tool, will track those changes that you make, group them, and store those changes in a publication. From there, you can publish those changes for your end users to see. But what can we do with publications? Starting off, it first needs to be enabled from the Applications tab in the global menu. You can also follow the same steps to disable it, and there are some things we need to consider when turning it off that we'll cover when we demo the feature in another video. Once enabled, you can then create a publication or create multiple publications. By selecting a specific publication, that publication will track and store the changes that you make throughout the platform. Unlike staging, publications provides a simple way to manage more than one set of changes at a time, in parallel, but at the same time in different sandboxes. The tool will keep track of all concurrent changes, and if for some reason there are conflicts between different groups of changes, the tool can help you resolve those issues both manually and automatically. When a publication is created, it is only the changes of the person that created the publication that is being tracked by default. Users can also be invited to collaborate in a publication, a feature introduced in the latest version of Liferay. When a user is invited, Liferay's roles and permissions still apply, so users can only make changes that their role allows them to make. If you need a different set of users to work on different areas of the platform and want them to not affect each other's work, you can create separate publications and invite each team to that separate publication, and the changes are tracked separately. And if you want to make minor edits like adding a comma to your web content, you can easily toggle between edit mode and production mode, making those minor edits without having to go through the whole publishing process. And finally, you can always revert published changes, giving you the assurance that you can always go back to your previous version if you need to. There are other features in publications that we'll be sure to highlight when we demo the feature in another video. But for now, we've talked about what publications is, a way to manage the changes in your DXP instance. We talked about how it works and some of the things you can do with publications, things like enabling and creating publications and adding users to a publication. But really, one of the big questions about publications is, why would you or I or anyone else want to use publications? What value does it bring? What problems does it solve? How does it help you get your job done and help your company achieve its goals? All of these questions point back to the simple question of why? Why publications? The biggest reasons to use publications is that it is one of the features in Liferay that helps simplify the authoring and approval process of content so that you can go to market quicker, build and manage your sites and its content more reliably, and more importantly, empower teams to work together on different variations of Liferay without interfering with each other. While all of these points are big reasons to use publications, the last one is probably the most important out of all of them, and the one we're going to be talking about in a little more detail. One of the toughest challenges with teams working together is when the work of one team starts to interfere with the work of another. By using publications, whatever changes are made are handled in a way where these changes will not severely impact what each team is working on. Each publication is distinct from one another. Each team working on a publication will know exactly what's being published to production. Whenever a publication is published, and others might be affected by it, those changes are included in other in-progress publications. Again, we're talking about all these things to emphasize how publications in Liferay DXP help teams work to their full potential together by mitigating the common issues that come when working together on a single platform, a single site, or even a single piece of content. This makes your job easier, gets things done faster, getting to market quicker. So to recap, we talked about what is publications, a feature in Liferay that can track and publish the changes you make. We talked about how does it work and highlighted some of the features such as the ability to create multiple publications, inviting users to work within a publication, and how Liferay can help you resolve the conflicts that may occur among publications. And finally, we talked about why you may want to use publications, with one of the biggest reasons being that multiple users and teams can work together in Liferay without the worry of having their changes dramatically impact someone else's. So there's still a lot to see and a lot to talk about with publications, but I hope this serves you as an introduction to publications. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.